So I'm with Dave now from Unique Guitars, and Dave, you own the shop here, don't you? And we've just had a look at Jay's collection, so tell me a little bit about how you guys ended up working together.
It stems off several years ago, probably going back about 15 years now. Me and Jay ended up sharing a cabin in an offshore rig. We were both working on the same rig, and it was probably a bad idea to put two people with gas in a small proximity to each other.
Right, okay.
So then we started talking about our guitars, his guitars, my guitars, and the guitar interest spawned from there about 15 years ago. One of the things we do, we've got our club, we've got our shop mascot here who will wander in and out of the shop randomly. But basically this became like my guitar obsession got too big for the house.
Right, okay.
I decided to move it out into a separate workshop, and then later on the collection got again too wide, and it was like I had to move some stuff out to move some stuff in.
Yeah.
Okay, so to perpetuate it I have to move and rotate some of the stock. We touched on with Jay's collection, because we've all still stayed in touch, and it made sense to then house some of Jay's collection here as well. Yeah. And then you have a sort of examples of both collections within this the building and the workshop.
So we've got a couple of your Les Pauls here now, just a couple, I believe.
Yeah, we'll just touch on some. So I mean, initially, I was always a big Les Paul man. So when I started off playing, you know, I wouldn't have wanted a Fender, I wouldn't have wanted a Telecaster. That didn't interest me. If it didn't have humbuckers on it, it didn't work for me. Right. So the Les Pauls were obviously fantastic at the time. And well, let's just go for this one. These ones are iconic. I mean,
it's a Zakk Wylde model.
Zakk Wylde Bullseye, 2006. Beautiful guitar, incredibly heavy. Yeah, I mean, you'll feel the sheer weight of it.
He's a big guy, isn't he?
He's massive, a man monster. But these guitars are just, to be honest, you need to really be a bit of a giant to wield them around. They're so heavy. Fantastic finishing on the neck, maple necks on the back, and just really, really cool. They're almost a piece of artwork. Yeah. It was such a fantastic design that he used on that. It's just stunning. Yeah, very iconic. So moving along, we kind of got a hold of this one. This is one of the more recent ones. This was a late 70s Les Paul. Okay. This was used by the guys at Sham 69 for a few years. It's originally probably a gold top. This guitar was reworked by Dick Knight in the 70s when folk wanted bursts, but you couldn't buy them. Yeah. So this guitar's had so much work done to it. There's so much things wrong with this guitar that you think, oh no, it can't be. But then when you actually play it, there's so many things that are just so right. Right. And when you get a Dick Knight guitar that's done really well, it shows. It shows. It really does. It's got the biggest maple cap I've ever seen on any Les Paul. It's colossal. So some of the parts from it are vintage, so early 60s parts, and then the rest are just kind of put together. I mean, so much work, but a fantastic, and one of the best sounding Les Pauls in the shop.
Okay, so Dave, we've got a couple more guitars now. I believe this is the first one. Is this the first one ever?
That there was the first real guitar that I ever got hold of. I was looking for something a bit better than what I'd been using at the time, which was basically a friend's dad had made a guitar or something that was like cheese wire trying to play it.
Right, okay, yeah.
Really hard to learn on. And then this one came out, picked up this, and this was just basically a Jackson soloist, but a Charvel. So all the appointments of the Jackson at the time, made in the Japanese.
Jackson pickups.
Yeah, Jackson pickups, Jackson trem. These were made in the Gaki factory. They were the quintessential. They were basically making Jacksons at the same time as these. So one line, the production line would have been Jackson, one would have been Charvel. It was basically a half-price Jackson soloist.
Yeah, neck's so super thin on it.
Yeah, and the pickup on it, from jazz to metal, it can do everything. And dive bomb all day long. Fantastic.
In jazz and metal.
Everything. Anything. It's just such a good guitar. Very versatile. And if you flip it over, it's neck through construction. So obviously that's always better for sustain. Just an absolute joy. It really took me quite a long time to get out with this guitar to think about something that would be better or could do the job better. The Fenders at the time couldn't compete to it. Probably as you get a little bit older, your tastes change.
Well, I guess speaking of taste changes as you get older, this is one of the more recent purchases.
Yeah, so going from one of the first to one of the latest. This one is a 20th anniversary PRS Custom 24. Fantastic guitar, fantastic top.
Yeah, it's stunning that finish. Is it 10 top this one? Or is it?
These are artist packs, so they're like they're even they're better than
that.
10 tops. Beautiful guitar. Again, all the sort of usual stuff, coil tapped. Other little bit about it was obviously the different inlay work, so like a Birds in Flight inlay. Yeah. A little bit different from the normal.
Yeah, that's on all the anniversary models, isn't it?
The 20th anniversary models have got that style of that sort of inlay work, and then the subsequent ones are slightly different again.
Okay,
so it's just different inlays.
Yeah.
And really, this is just one of the best sounding and playing PRSs in the collection.
Right.
There's a few in there, but this is one that sort of stands up and stands out from the crowd.
Okay. Well, I'd love to go and give these a listen if we can do.
Absolutely fantastic, no problem.
Love to. Thank you.
Welcome to Britain's Rare Guitars. I'm in Northampton for the My Classic Guitar Show. Let's go have a look around. All right then, Rob, this is looking fantastic. Did you expect it to be so popular today?
I must admit, it has exceeded all my expectations. I've been to lots of shows in the north, and I was asked if I put some shows on in the south, and I decided to do them, and we've had nothing like this down here. And yes, it's been great, and it's a new avenue for old people in the south of England who want to buy and sell guitars. I've got some great traders here, I've got some great amp builders, acoustic builders. So yeah, it's been fantastic, and it's being enjoyed by all the public. It's great.
Yeah, this is our new Honey Boy 30. It's based on vintage tweed, like all of our amps are at the moment. This is based on the Bandmaster. So it's about 30 watt. It's a 3x10.
3x10?
It's got two vintage Alnico for the kind of vintage squishy sound, but I've rounded it off with a ceramic Celestion as well. So it's a really nice, all-round, warm, full, complete tone.
All right, man.
New bridges.
Oh yeah,
that's the next innovation.
Yeah.
So this is a prototype. See there, arty farty, lovely jubbly. But we've been working on newer versions where we've actually got runners going down the side. So there's absolutely no wiggle room there at all. So once again, improving the structural integrity and tune-up-abilitiness of one's guitar. The less that moves, the better.
We've been looking at some pedals, but this pedal is really special. Why is it special?
Backtrack is unique in that it's a foot-controlled MP3 player. You can load 48 tracks onto a micro SD card.
But you've also got something new for next year, the guitar auctions.
Yeah, the Guitar Auction House. We were asked by several people through the shows that my friend's been doing and bits and pieces I've been doing on building collections. Where would they sell them? What would they do with them? And it's like people at the moment, when they want to hand collections down, they don't want to hand the collections down, the kids want the money. So it's given them an outlet now of where to basically get rid of all the guitars. So the auction house provides that service for them.
All right, guys, I've had a really good day at the guitar show. We'll see you next time.